Hello, everybody. I just wanted to tell you something. You know what day is almost here? People getting their Nintendo Switches early. Yeah, it's Switch Missy today. Now people will play Breath of the Wild and probably Super Bomberman R. And I'm sitting here because the games are sold out, because the Switch is sold out, and I'm gonna be looking for one all this freaking month. I want to get the Nintendo Switch and play Breath of the Wild. But I'll wait. Yes, I'll wait. Yes, I'll wait for a while, probably until the end of this month. So I'll be looking around every freaking corner because I wanna play. Oh yes, how fuck I want to play. But IGN canceled their fucking pre-orders. So I'm gonna sit and try to find a place that sells Nintendo Switches anyway. So as I sit, I'm probably gonna fucking pray that I get a Switch. That I get a Switch. That I get a Switch before the end of this month. Anyways, so yeah. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. But don't you worry, guys. I know it's still Homestuck week, so I'm not gonna divert from that. I mean, I'll do one video is gonna be devoted to Homestuck week, and the other video I'm gonna do today has nothing to do with Homestuck week. It just has something to do with Merry Switch Miss. sorry. I actually went to my phone and actually just caption the day as Switchmas. Switchmas Eve. Because really, this feels like a second Christmas almost. Oh my god, guys. Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of people are wondering, Bugsy, when are you going to have a lot of people are asking me questions about this. When will I have the, Sonic Freedom Fighters, wiki? Sonic Freedom Fighters, fan wiki up pretty soon. I'm gonna have a website too. I'm gonna use Wix or Weebly. Wix, I think. I'm gonna use Wix or Weebly. Either way it goes. Um, but yeah, that's gonna happen pretty soon because I've been noticing a lot of people are interested in Sonic Freedom Fighters on Facebook. I've been noticing that a lot. A lot of people always go you know, they really are excited about this, and I'm kind of glad because that pretty much shows that I've been working on this concept for years, and it shows that people actually do care about it and actually do want to see something like this, that they are interested, and I'm kind of happy that they are. You know, all those motherfuckers that didn't want to help me back then. I mean, there are certain people from Fuse, from fans from SAM that wanted to help. I think, and there are still people who still want to help, which I'm glad. But who, to see people who really just like Sonic and just want to see my take on it, I'm just kind of happy about that. I just feel like I should, notice that because I do, and I thank you. I really do. I really do. I will never go back to Sonic Stadium forums because their moderator. I don't know the dude's name. I was so mad. I just never got the dude's name. But whoever he is, fuck him. Seriously, that's why I'll never go back to the Sonic Stadium, guys. That's why I'll never go back there. Well, what? Because you can't enlist people, but it's something that like the fans will probably want to do because it's something that they would like. And this motherfucker's like, oh, if you want to know about your Sonic project, look at my signature. Just motherfucker was just basically being a cunt. I really hated that because people from the Sonic Stadium would probably be interested, but nah, I got my freaking topic locked and I never went back to Sonic Stadium. But the dude who locked my freaking account and locked my freaking topic in the forum, you're a goddamn cunt. Like, I don't hate all moderators, but people who just use that to abuse their own power, you're an asshole. I hope it made you feel better. I hope it made you feel better that you fucked with someone's, like, you fucked with probably the only chance he probably had a chance to get his freaking shit out on time. But then again, this project has been delayed so many times because of Kim Pender's shenanigans and me trying to plan around it. I mean, it's not like it's not like I'm mad or anything. Because I've been, I've been trying to rethink a lot of stuff for the project. But yeah. But I still think who did that to me was a goddamn cunt. Because seriously, I needed actual help, and I needed some people who actually felt passionate about doing it. And Sonic Stadium, people were passionate about Sonic, and I thought that would be the greatest way to go. But the group of people who came to me and welcomed me with open arms were the Fuse Fans United for SatAM, because at least they actually gave a damn. They let me fucking speak and said, hey, we'll help you. Even though I lost touch with some of those people back then, because I've been working on different projects, I kind of had Sonic Freedom Fighter still in the back burner for so long. For so long, I just didn't know what I was gonna really do, because Sonic Freedom Fighters was kind of this big thing I wanted to do. Back in the day, I didn't realize how big would probably, how much work it would actually take. But I'm willing to do all this because I don't want to. I guess with me, unlike a lot of people who just give up on projects because it's too hard, or I want to do some other things and stuff. I'm a Sonic fan that wants to see his project done to the very end. I ain't gonna give up just because I had a few setbacks. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Although this one person actually thought my Sonic Freedom Fighters, Facebook page was just RP on a roleplay place, and I'm like, no. Also, guys, just so you know, if you're gonna look at it, just look at the about section. I pretty much detailed what it is and what it's gonna be about, and pretty much what this whole thing is. So look at that first before you start typing. Before you start messaging me stuff, so you know what's going on. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I just want you all to know, this is not like a role play place. I'm looking for people who want to help, who want to write a little piece of Sonic fan history, and for people who want to do whatever. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to talk about that before we get into the Homestuck stuff today. Because, it's really all about just doing something that, I feel very happy about, that some of you will feel passionate about if you join me, you know? Again, I'm gonna be like this strict asshole that'd be like, hey, do your lines or anything. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know, if you got some time, you know, belt out some lines for me if you feel like it, you know? I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, do this line for me. Oh, this one motherfucker, you know, let me tell you something. Okay, this is probably gonna be its own separate video because I went on for too long. But I'm gonna tell you the story. So Anne was trying to do a little voice acting gig for this one dude on Skype, and she was doing this sick voice thing, and Anne was busy doing some other stuff, and this dude is like, I'm not gonna talk to you if you're not gonna help me. I'm like, motherfucker, these people have lives. You can't just freaking say, oh, I demand I demand you need to bring out these lines. I mean, I understand. If you have a deadline, you have a deadline. But that's not how you work with people. That's what you need to all get. You don't, you can't just do that because you gotta understand these people have lives and stuff. They got lives. They got like other things to do other than voice our shit. You know this. Life gets in the way, folks. I'm a dude that can tell you that firsthand. But if you can't be just a bit lenient, what's the point? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, be a pushover, but I am saying be lenient with people because, yeah, they have lives outside of what we want our voice actors to basically do. You need to understand that. And this dude didn't understand that. I gave him an earful. He blocked me, the little pussy. Didn't even want to hear what I had to say. That just proves sometimes, guys. If you're going to, voice in someone's thing, see what they got. See if they have like something, or see if they list something in voice acting alliance. Just don't really just accept something out of the blue. Because, I know it's the price of what you deal with on the internet, but still, it's fucking dumb. It's dumb. A lot of people are like, Bugsy, will you read it, like, if this was like an animation, would you redesign Sonic? Well, I mean, I've been kind of thinking about it. I mean, if you look at Bugsy Hedgehog, he is kind of like out of proportion to the rest of the Sonic team, rest of the Freedom Fighters. So maybe, or I just kind of make him down the scale with Sonic's kind of height a little bit, or but I've been thinking, like, I've been looking at like various redesigns for Sonic Freedom Fighters, and some of them look cool, but others don't, and I'm like, I remember this person that supposed what Sonic, redesigned for Sonic, like the attitude that the '90s attitude that Sonic has doesn't really work anymore. I'm like, dude, yes it does. I'm like, what kind of shit are you smoking, man? You don't know what you're saying. Because a lot of people like Sonic still for his attitude. It's just been dialed down because the Happy Tree Frame writers just want to make him goofy, and and I keep looking at that Project 2017 trailer. I'm like, yeah, we need Sonic with a little bit more tune. We need a blue dude with a tune, man. That's what we need. And people always go like, Bugsy, why do you love the '90s so much? Well, even though I was born early '90s, late '90s stuff, I love Sonic. I loved what Sonic was. And then in recenter games, he's more goofy, he's more slapsticky, and that's cool and all. And I'm glad that Sonic Boom can let Sonic be that, while we can have a more serious Sonic. People always say Sonic doesn't need a story, but I'm like, yes, he does. He can't have a story. He can't have a good story, and he can't have a good gameplay. It's like Sonic can't be dark and serious, and Sonic being dark and serious. That's what freaking Sonic Unleashed in '06 tried to do. I'm like, motherfucker, have you read the comics? Have you sat down for a few days and just read a comic? You know, you know, my darling girlfriend right now is reading the comics and she's loving it. She's fucking loving it. You know, she's seen when we first got acquainted before we started dating. Mostly, she really didn't know much about the comics, and I was the guy that was like, I was still kind of, comics were still fresh in my mind because Sonic Comic World, which is a man I really have to thank because wherever you are, Sonic Comic World, I mean, wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, I just want you to know that without you, I wouldn't have known nothing really about the comics. If I didn't read those first issues, I don't think Sonic Freedom Fighters would have been made the exact same way. I'd probably just do the exact same way that was in that pitch. I thank you for that. Um, you know, um, but people always go like, Sonic doesn't need a story. He just walks around and loop-de-loops. I'm like, Alex Day, are you a fucking Sonic fan? I mean, like, really a Sonic fan? I mean, I respect the opinion of people saying Sonic doesn't need a story, but I'm like, guys, like, Sonic, even the older games did have stories. They were little, yes, and they pretty much relied on visual cues, but there were stories. I just want Sonic to just run down. You guys want Sonic to just run down different places, disconnected from each other, and not have like any kind of semblance of a story, and that's not cool. Sonic needs a reason why he's running these zones. Sonic needs a reason. You can't just be like, oh no 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 no. We just want Sonic to like just do shit. No, Sonic needs a freaking story. Now I don't know if like Sonic Utopia is gonna have a story when it's fully done. It probably won't, but still, those are more like. I really feel like Sonic Utopia is more of a proof of concept kind of thing going on. So I can forget that in Green Hill Paradise. But there are people that are really, fans that are really trying to give Sonic a story, and there are people like me that are trying to now trying to give the Chaos Emeralds another kind of backstory since Ken Penders owns that too. And the special stage, which I'm going to have to fix and change and do stuff with. But, people are always like, people always be like, oh, Bugsy. Oh, Bugsy, are you, when I say I'm a Sonic fan to people, a lot of people just look at me like, motherfucker, are you autistic? I'm like, I'm just like, no, seriously, that's how they look at me. I'm like, I'm a Sonic fan. What the fuck ever. It's like people who like, the whole thing was sassy and opinionated because I was looking at the history of 4chan, and the man was just talking about bronies, and he's like, all these bronies, should follow their dreams and get done up the pony hole. I'm like, sassy and opinionated. I understand. You don't really understand bronies. It would just take you a minute. They're just people who they're just people who watch My Little Pony and actually kind of feel good for watching it. It makes them feel happy, and yeah, a few people can think of it as kind of a sexual thing, but But that's like for every fandom. And I always talk about like people tripping about like the Sonic porn and the Undertale porn. And the reason it gets me so mad is because there's porn in every fucking fandom. It's not just these fandoms or that fandom. There's porn in everything, man. If it's popular and if people have a certain tie to that character, it's gonna have porn of it. There's nothing I can really tell you. There's nothing I can really tell you. It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. I know I'm getting off topic, but like I don't know, sassy and opinionated really pissed me off with that one statement because it's not like all of us want to get fucked by freaking horses. It's probably like a small, like, percentage of people that want that. I'm talking about the real freaks that want horses up inside them when we all know, like, a horse would probably wreck your insides. You know? But that's them, and, people who like My Little Pony I know we're supposed to be, like, weird and shit, but, like, we're not. We're just dudes that like to watch My Little Pony, and people like to watch it. Getting off topic, though. But back to Sonic for a minute. If people have this weird, like, thing about us Sonic fans, like, we love Sonic to the point where we'll just buy whatever game we see. It has nothing to do with the fact that we may like it. No. We're just all fucking sheep to these people. We're just motherfuckers that can't let go of the past, or we just can't. It's like, in their eyes, we just can't enjoy a Sonic game just for enjoying a Sonic game. The same way COD fans enjoy Halo, and same way COD fans enjoy Call of Duty and stuff, and it really pisses me off because it's like, oh, we can't enjoy something. It's kind of like how people are tripping about Nintendo nowadays. I'm like, it's like the same. It's kind of like the same argument. What? We can't enjoy Nintendo? Y'all gotta keep saying it's for kids, okay? If y'all saying it's for kids, yeah, it's marketed. Nintendo is marketed to kids, but people, hardcore gamers and hardcore fans like myself like to play it. But that doesn't make us children. That just makes us people who like what we like. And some people just need to fucking respect that. Again, same thing with Sonic. You guys just need to respect that. And yes, we have a few, like I said before, we have a few crazies in our fandom. Everybody does. It's not just Sonic, it's not just My Little Pony, it's every little thing. We got our fanatics too. We got people who will literally dress up as Sonic and think that they are Sonic. We got our freaking sick bastards like Paul and Amy, but why you gotta blame all of us for what these freaking crazy ass fans do? Because a normal Sonic fan will talk to you about Sonic and all this shit. They will literally sit down with you and talk to you about Sonic, and let me just say something. Some of us do hate Sonic 06. Could all of you stop bringing it the fuck up? We all know that Sonic 06 is bad. I know Sonic 06 is bad. Sonic Guru knows Sonic 06 is bad. Gamer Guy Aces know that Sonic 06 was bad. We all do. We're trying to forget, and you assholes can't think of any other freaking games to talk about other than Sonic 06 or Rise of Lyric. Now, Rise of Lyric I will give a pass because it's a freaking spin-off game in another universe. You guys are just sitting there going like, what about Sonic 06? It was bad. I'm like, yeah, but you're gonna hate Sonic for one game that was rushed beyond compare, so they can make it out into the holiday. And then it was rushed. And people were like, Bugsy, if you hate Sonic 06, why you digging the OC port? Why you digging the PC port? Because at least we got people that are actually trying to make Sonic 06 better. in the eyes of the people. You don't see Sega doing that. Sega's like disowning Sonic 06. But, these people who actually want to see Sonic, make people change their minds about Sonic 06 by making this PC port, they're trying to show us that Sonic 06 could have been better if it was just given a lot more time. And that's the thing. That's the real true thing about Sonic 06. If it was given time, it would have actually been pretty good. I mean, the story would have been still shit, but Sonic getting with a human is not really what I call fun, for a lot of different reasons. And yes, I know Sonic had a human girlfriend in the old concept. Yes, it's true. But I just find it kind of weird that basically Elise and Sonic had this thing. And don't even get me started. Every time I hear Lacey Chavera's voice, I it's like I retreat into my mind for a minute. You guys think I'm kidding about the whole mental scars thing, but no, it's there. It's there. It's just not as present as it was when I first played. It doesn't really affect me on a it doesn't make me have weird ass Vietnam Vietnamese flashes oh my god, she's kissing Sonic. No, but it does fill me with a lot of bad memories. And yeah, that was the point where Sonic was kind of sort of dead for a bit. But it really pisses me off when people say oh, Sonic Boom Rise Lyric is back to the dark ages of Sonic. I'm like, motherfuckers, we are not back in the dark ages of Sonic, okay? We're not. I hate when people throw that around because yes, there was a dark age of Sonic, and yeah, there were a few games that were not as good in the public eye, but some of them I liked, like Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic and the Black Knight. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time. Sonic in Arthurian lore, Sonic with Excalibur, the sword that was so fucking powerful, and the status of a person rising up above their own limits just so they can get that sword. But no, y'all hated it. Just y'all people couldn't have a good Sonic sword if it hit you and bit you on the ass. That's the truth. And people always go no, Bugsy, Sonic, Sonic with a sword is It's only in a freaking game that's only been referenced once. Y'all act like that's the point. People always be acting these spin-off Sonic titles are the worst of the worst. They're not even part of the main series, really. They're only part of it tangentially. Hope I'm using that word right. They'll get mentioned here and there, but really, then it's nothing. It's not really. It's not. It's sort of canon and sort of isn't. I don't care what anybody says. Shadow the Hedgehog is canon, and it's the definitive end for Shadow's story. The true ending is the definitive end of Shadow's story. That's why I love it so much. Yeah, I love Shadow the Hedgehog. It's a good game. A little buggy in some areas, yeah. But a good game overall. Hold up, folks. Picking up something. It's a good game, and yeah, Sonic Shadow was a big old edgelord, but it's kind of the point. It's kind of really the point of Shadow. He was supposed to be He's supposed to be like a Sonic that would do all the things Sonic wouldn't do, and that's what he was basically designed to do. So yeah, most of the stuff with Shadow really did come full circle. I don't like how they kind of use him as like fan service, except for like Sonic Boom in the show, which I thought was pretty funny and kind of a little tongue in cheek of how we all feel about Shadow and how certain Shadow fans feel about Shadow. Because I'll make jokes about I may make jokes about the red and black motherfucker, but I do in like some way enjoy Shadow because whenever Shadow's on, he's just a cool character to me. I don't get why he works with Gunn, but I guess it's just him trying to put all the past behind him. But that's just me. But since I'm talking about Sonic, let's talk about issue 300. Let's talk about issue 300. We won't see it until next year because Archie was being a bastard. But let's talk about issue 300. Issue 300. Issue 300. Okay, now issue 300 of something. Now, we keep hearing the rumor that Kim Penders is going to bring back the old continuity, and I've talked about it numerous times on numerous different things. I'm just going to give you the short and long of it. Now, the short of it is I'm happy. The long of it is that I think if it is happening, it's not going to last too long. I don't know. Ken to me rubs off as the kind of dude that has just the gigantic ego. I mean, let's just say I've heard from people that he's not really a team player. This man's gonna want everything his way, and he's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. It's not like I don't think this is gonna happen, but that's always been kind of a reasonable doubt that's been echoing in my head, like. He may want to do this, but he's gonna probably ask for whole things, and then Archie's gonna be like, "Fuck no, man, But Archie could have been like, "You know what? No, Ken, you fucked us. You fucked us literally. You fucked us without lube. Okay, you straight up fucked us. They're gonna sit there and be like, "No, man, you straight up fucked us, man. We had this storyline, we had all this stuff together, but then you had to sue because BioWare and Sega was using your ideas you gave to us and Sega. You specifically made these characters for this comic. And you want to work with us again? Yes, the fans want it, but how we know and we kind of want it too, but how do we know that you're not going to double cross us as soon as this is over? Or say we treated you unfairly? Or what is it going to be when someone wants to add elements from the games, from the comic books? Because, I think the reason why we don't have any elements of the comic books in the games now, because of Kim Penders. Because, Sonic Chronicles of the Dark Brotherhood was kind of the step in the right direction of that. I mean, goddamn, we got SWAT bots as enemies. We had SWAT bots, folks. And I'm talking about the Model 3 version of the SWAT bots. Big bulky ones that you would probably see in like Sonic Underground, which I do call Model 3. And the fact that at the end of the game, Eggman basically says, Sonic, I was taking over shit while you guys were dealing with the Dark Brotherhood. And I fucking hated that it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. Because it's like, with Sonic stuff that ends on a cliffhanger, it never gets resolved. Because it's like, something always happens. I always call it like the Sonic cliffhanger curse. You know? And that's why I'm hoping that Project 2017 has some kind of freedom fighters. It doesn't even have to be not all freedom fighters, but I have hope in that too. And people are like, Bugsy, but what if Nicole and Sally become like lesbians, like what like Ian Flynn wants to do with them? I'll be mad, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be fuming. I'm gonna be fuming for a few days. But not for like, oh, they're gay and shit. No, I'm gonna think about that. Sit, I'm gonna sit in my, I'm gonna sit in my room, think about it for a minute, and be like, okay. All that freaking Sally and Nicole fan art now is canon. Well, in my mind it is. But I just, like I said, I feel sad about that mostly because we're never gonna see Sonic and Sally like be together ever again, and it really does piss me off because now Sega's like, oh no, no one can be in a full on relationship. They can't be on steady relationships. And I'm like, I know this was because Ken's stupid ass sued. And yeah, I did call Ken stupid because god dang man, you screwed up everything. You really did, because I know that's why they did what they did. They did that out of retaliation. So if anything, since you did anything, since you can sue and all the other ones can sue, they're like, fuck, we gotta keep our hands clean. We gotta keep our hands clean so we don't get fucking sued again. But yeah, Kim Penders in a nutshell. I mean, I want this to happen, but if it doesn't, I'm not gonna hold my breath, guys. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I just hope it will, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm kind of mad at Archie too, because I'm not just gonna spend the last half of this video saying I hate Kim Penders and stuff. I'm kind of mad at Archie too, because they didn't renew the comic. I don't know whose fault that was. I don't know whose fault that was. I'm not gonna blame the entire company for it, but I know there's someone in charge of the the contract renewal of said comic, and there has to be someone in charge of that. We almost would have lost the comic again because you guys are so busy with Riverdale and all, selling all the Archie shit, you know, which I really do think that's what that was. Y'all didn't even renew it. And that's why, man, I do think IDW would do a better job, because IDW would have more freedom. I don't know, I feel like IDW would do the series a little bit better. We get all the stuff we all want to see. Because I hear that IDW are hella negotiators, man. Because most of the licenses that they own, they let them do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it doesn't really fuck with the character and they add more to the character, like Samurai Jack, which I am gonna be reading the Samurai Jack comics pretty soon, because you guys know what freaking month it is. He's coming back. I want to know why he's not using a sword though. I mean, I don't mean to get off topic or anything, but I want to know why he's not using a sword. Victor told me in one of the comics his sword broke and lost all of its magical, mystical properties. So I want to know, I want to read that and actually figure out what exactly happened. So yeah. I just want to say, guys, regardless of how many people hate Sonic, we're all gonna like Sonic. We all love Sonic, okay? Regardless. So a motherfucker can call you autistic, a motherfucker can call this and that, and Sonic gets kid stuff. But we're pretty much a testament of fans that just didn't want to quit on Sonic, even though there were a few bad games. You know, we're still sticking in there. We're still waiting for Sonic Mania. We're still waiting for Sonic Project 2017. We're still waiting for the Sonic movie. And even though a lot of people have left for whatever reason, we're still kicking. We're still around. We're still doing what we do. Because we're the reason that there is a Sonic fandom. Because we decided, we're not gonna give up on Sonic. We're not gonna give up on Sega. And yeah, a lot of you can be like, "Oh, Bugsy, but you kissed Nintendo's butt." I'm like, no, I like their products. I just don't like I don't like what they are as a company. They barely let us fans do anything with these characters because they think we're like gonna fuck with them and we're gonna twist them around and shit. But really, we're fans that just love these characters. I'm basically gonna put my Paper Mario Let's Play Abridged series on another site because I don't want freaking Nintendo to be like, "Oh, this motherfucker messing, talking, using our Mario character to basically say foul shit." And I love Mario. I love that plumber so much, but he doesn't really have a personality outside of Wahoo and see you next time and Mamma Mia. He doesn't have anything, and I just really just do that. But that's a story for another day. Bottom line is, I may care about Nintendo to a point, but I don't like what they've done as a company when it comes to us fans. I just don't. And I was like, they are kind of giving people the ambassador program kind of thing through people's DSs and what have you. And I can't do it because I don't want to be Nintendo's butt monkey. I want to praise them. I want to kind of praise them for what they've done, for like the games that they do, in my own way and in my own terms. I heard what they did to Hedox, and I was just like, nah, y'all can terminate me for any fucking reason? Oh, hell no. I love you, Nintendo. I do. I will fucking defend your products to the very end, but but you want to be terminating people for not doing anything wrong, and that's just fucked up. I'm sorry, like, I know Nintendo doesn't owe us anything and all that, but like, shit, I still find it wrong, guys. That's still my opinion. But again, that's another editorial thing for another day. I want to just say, to wrap this all up, I just feel like we're, us Sonic SAM fans have dealt with a lot. Character, Sally almost being killed off multiple times because writers are just like, no, we don't want Sally with Sonic. Worse than those freaking Sonics. Worse than those Son Alley fans. Worse than those Son Amy fans, man. And it really just shows how big a number they gotten. And I respect the Shad Amy fans because, like, I don't really like the fanfic portrayal of Sonic being a dick to Amy, for Amy to just kind of go with Shadow. But why can't it be like Amy just sees something more in Shadow that he doesn't see in Sonic? Why can't she just be tired of not like getting her, like getting her love acknowledged by Sonic? You know what I mean? Why can't it be that? Why does it have to be Sonic has to be a major fucking dick for Amy to just be like, I'm gonna go be with Shadow. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Because Sonic isn't a dick. He doesn't try to be. My interpretation of him is this: he doesn't try to be a dick. Like, just sometimes, if you piss him off, he's gonna be a douche to you. That's how it is. But that doesn't mean he goes out of his way to be a douche to people. He doesn't go out of his way to do it. He just kind of does. But that's just how I see him. What else? What else am I going to talk about when it's with Sonic? People were tripping out about the Sonic movie. We don't know how this is going to be, and I'm kind of excited they're gonna go a darker route with Sonic, which kind of means like 5 or 6 things might happen. This may be the Sad AM movie we all wanted that Kim Penders ruined. Because we all know the story. Kim Penders basically was like, hey, I want to do more movies and stuff. And, Ben Hurst was like, nah, man, I just want to do one movie. One movie to wrap everything up. And I know he probably was like, and that's why we never got a real conclusion to Sonic Sad AM. Yeah, blame Kim Penders, man. I mean, I'm trying to be nice to the dude. I am. I'm trying not to cuss the man out, but it's hard because, like, when I really take a look at all the stuff he's done, it's hard to be nice to him, really. It's hard. It is really hard. And I do thank him for asking the questions I asked him. Because, for a person that has the ego of Kanye West, he proved to me that he was able to answer some questions that needed to be answered. And for that, I will thank him for that. But when I think of the other stuff, it's hard to be nice to Kim Penders. It's hard to just say, hey, you were cheated out of this and this and this. It's hard to be, nice and civil to Kim Penders in these videos because it's like I gotta fake it. And the one thing I can tell you guys, I hate, faking my emotions. If I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna, I gotta be 100% with you guys. That's just how this channel of mine works. Whether I'm joking or whether I'm just being serious. It's just how I am. People always go like, Bugsy, but you really think you can do better with your series? I'm not saying I can. I'm never saying that I can. I'm not saying that I'll be better than Ben Hurst and I'll write this and do this and make the movies that they couldn't. All I'm saying is I just want to make something that we all can be proud of as a Sonic fandom. Because again, we Sonic Sad AM fans, we don't get shit. We don't even get acknowledged. Because when it comes to like the classic and modern and all these other parts of the Sonic fandom, we don't even get acknowledged. And doesn't that kind of suck? And and even as Son Alley fans, we're pushed to the side. We're pushed to the side in favor of this new comic story that none of us really some of us like, but they're just doing adaptation after adaptation after adaptation, and I'm just starting to feel that fatigue. You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel that fatigue. I mean, I miss when they used to do original stories. That's why I love the Secret Freedom Fighter so much, because it's so different from the norm, but it's familiar in a way. And that's why I love it. That's why I have the whole entire arc in my freaking bookshelf. Because that's what it meant. That's what I really enjoyed that's what I really enjoyed. Not so much now, because everything is like another adaptation, another adaptation, another adaptation. I just want them to do something unique, something familiar, something we all kind of like. You know? And it's not saying, and this is not a jab at like it's not a jab at the new universe of comics. I like kind of the new rebooted universe a little bit. I do, but I just don't like what we left behind. I don't like what got left behind in favor of not pissing Kim Penders off. I hate that. I truly, utterly hate that. I mean, kudos for Ian for finally releasing Hedgehog Tales. So I actually know what was actually going to happen, what was going on. I'm glad. Even though it was the first chapter, I was glad that Ian literally gave us this little chapter, because it helped me so much. And it gave me that little bit of closure that I wanted. And maybe if all the other chapters come out, I can actually finally just put the old continuity behind me and actually start to enjoy the new continuity. Even though it has many, many faults. That's what I want to do. You know? Now, you all can say, oh, well, Bugsy, you can be this way and that way, but people like the new rebooting universe, and, you're just whining about the old stuff, and you're an old dinosaur and whatnot. Well, I'd rather be an old dinosaur, folks, than forget that the old continuity happened and all the stuff I liked from it. I mean, I even miss, and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, I even miss stupid ass Mongoose. The motherfucker that just hates Sonic for no fucking reason. You know how fucking weird and backwards that sounds? Dude, I even miss the characters I hated from the old universe. I think Hamlet, one of the council members, he was gonna have a bigger role, but we never got to see it. I don't know. I think it would have been. Yeah, I think it would have been the next side villain other than Eggman at that point, hopefully. But I think that's about it. That's everything I needed to say on this matter. Stay tuned for a Homestuck video today. I just needed to talk about Sonic for a bit. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. I was gonna divide it into a lot of smaller parts, but to get this editorial done was kind of what I wanted to do before I go back to the Homestuck stuff. Just tell you guys, yeah, this is how I feel about the Sonic fandom. And yes, even though a lot of you think it's cringy, it's cancer, it's all this, it's never going away, folks. And you all need to acknowledge that there are good parts of this fandom. There are people who actually give it their all. There are people who actually give a damn about this. And just because you don't mean that everybody else shares your point of view. You can probably just say, oh, it's just another Sonic fan just spreading his spreading his spaghetti or whatever the fuck people say, you know, and just take it as a Sonic fan who's been there from the very beginning of the, who has been there from the very beginning and watched this fandom grow into something good and something bad. And I've never given up on this fandom. Oh, hell no. Because I feel like I've come too far with this fandom. I've met too many awesome people in this fandom just to say, oh, I'm done with the Sonic fandom, or I'm done with Sonic in general because of a few bad games. Because you know what? That's what quitters do. And I, Bugsy John Kuro, am no quitter. I will never be a quitter in anything, especially in Sonic fandom, because we have people that do amazing art. There are people who do amazing art, amazing covers, and even a Sonic tribute band in the Sonic Sega tribute band by the name of the Zone Runners. You know, we got people in this day and age who didn't give a damn about Sonic that are getting into Sonic. And yes, all of you naysayers and all you Sonic haters out there will just keep on messing around. But remember, we're a big group of people. And yes, you will meet the weirdos, you will meet the sickos, but there are good people. You just gotta know where to look. That's all it is. I know there's a lot of infighting with the Sonic fans too about what we want in a Sonic game, about do we want another Adventure 3? Do we want a classic game? Do we want this? Do we want that? But like I always say, the one thing that unites us all is our love for Blue Hedgehog. That's what unites us. And if anybody says that's lame, fuck you. It's how I feel. I don't know. I just had to get that all off my chest. Well, I'll see you guys later. This is Bugsy for another Bugsy editorial. And I just wanted... And for all the people who stuck around to this entire video, thank you. Because that pretty much shows you were technically listening to me, and that's good. Well, I'll see you guys later. I got some Homestuck videos to get on. Well, see you guys real soon. This is Bugsy, signing off. Bye, folks.